diapers. I could say how the first time, I could say how fast time has gone and how you've gone from being a sweet little girl to a beautiful woman. I could say how proud I am and how happy I am to be your mother. Yes, I could say all those cliche things. Wait, I already did say those cliche things because they're true. And all the cliche things in the world could never describe the true depth of my love and pride I have for you. Cliff, I could say cliche things to you, such as I'm happy to be gaining such a wonderful son-in-law. Or how happy you've made my daughter, how you've helped complete her and our family. I could say I'm proud of the man you've become and the husband and father you will be. I could say all those things and I might even mean them, but I might need a few drinks first. Kidding aside, as I look at the couple before me, I'm reminded of a photo taken at their senior prom. In it, Cliff stands next to his date, Tiffany, while holding her little baby sister, Julia. Right then, I knew he was an okay guy. I mean, didn't he realize the possible consequences? Doesn't he know Julia could have spit up on his rented tux? Or pull his hair? Or even soak him through his diaper? He was either a very brave or very naive young man. Probably a little both. But that photo said a lot about who he is. A family man, a sensitive soul, a future diaper changer, and definitely a big kid at heart. Cliff, whether you're playing football, video games, or practical jokes, you always manage to spread your great sense of humor wherever you go. Don't ever lose that. You'll need it to deal with Tiffany. Trust me. You've brought fun into Tiffany's life at a time when she needed it most. You've taught her how to lighten up, let loose, and be spontaneous from time to time. And Tiffany, you're Cliff's polar opposite. You're more serious, organized, take charge. You're his anchor, his rock, and you bring his life a sense of responsibility. Together, you're the perfect balance. As you go forward in life, remember who you are and how you feel about each other on this day. And make an effort to feel that way every day. Don't lose sight of what brought you here together. There will be many bumps along the way, and at times you may get discouraged or try to kill each other with large sharp objects. But don't, jail food is bad. Just know that the good times will outweigh the bad because your love is strong enough and pure enough and enduring enough to weather any storm. And now I'd like to make a toast to my daughter and son-in-law. But first I have something to give Cliff. What is that for? A while back, when I wouldn't give Cliff a haircut, he said to me, if you don't cut my hair, I'm going to be $10 short for the wedding. Well, obviously, you weren't $10 short for the wedding, because we're all here. So I think you should take that $10 to either buy me some jewelry, earplugs for when you call me saying, Tiffany's got bitch face on again, you deal with it. I love you both very much. I'm proud of the kids that you were in high school, the couple that you stand before me now, and the family you will become.
And now for our best man, Mr. Anthony Buchanan.
So as I said, I'm Tony. I went to high school with both of these guys for a year. I'm going to just share some stories and past events with Cliff, and then we'll get to the drinking. But, Cliff and I have been through a lot of things together. Most of them I can't talk about here today. There's a couple stories I can share. First time I ever met Cliff was at Jimmy's Pizzeria in Lansford. I had to teach him how to oil the pans. So who knew that after saying, hey dumbass, you oil the pans like this, would turn into such a great friendship. But it did, I'm glad it did. Soon after meeting each other, I invited him over to hang out with a bunch of the guys. We were all planning on getting hammered that night, as most 17, 18-year-olds do during the summer leading to their senior year. Well, that plan got nixed when Cliff showed up to my parents' house. I wasn't there. I had already told my parents that I was going to Cliff's. He was supposed to tell his parents that he was going to my house, not really go to my house. All right, I can't tell a story about Cliff. It doesn't, and not tell a story about food. So this is my favorite story. Back in the day, when Cliff played on a flag football team with his real friends, O'Leary's Lions, not those makeshift ones, the Rock, that he plays with now, we would go to O'Leary's in Troy after our games. Cliff ordered a calzone and ordered wings. Wrecked all of it. On the way home, he stops and gets 2 subs from the pastas. Eats 1.5 of those. But an hour later, after getting home, Cliff comes out liberally and says, "Dude, we should order Chinese." And I'm like, "No, I'm good." Well, half an hour later, I was knocking on the front door, and there was a Chinese delivery guy. Alright, now being serious. I talked to Cliff about the speech that I was going to give. He told me I had to say some good things about him, not just jokes and past stories. So it took me a really long time to think of something good to say about him. Just kidding. There's so much good about Cliff that I'm not sure many people in this room don't even know. Cliff is a simple person that would give the shirt off his back and help anyone. That shirt probably won't fit anybody, but he'll still give it to you. He would give the last dollar to his name to help a friend out. He would win to help the people he cares about. He is probably one of the most caring, considerate people I've ever met. And I'm glad to be standing here. You're not supposed to laugh. And I'm glad to be standing here on his side for a special day. We've gone through a lot together. He's helped me many times and has taught me a lot about myself. Alright, so now to the part of the speech where I'm supposed to give some kind of advice. Cliff, I haven't been married yet, with some little advice that I'm pretty sure would come in handy. Practice following phrases. Yes, Tiffany, you're right. Yes, Tiffany, I'll take the dogs out. I'm sorry, Tiffany, I was wrong. Well, with all that said, so I don't take up too much more time, let's raise our glasses here to Tiffany and Cliff. Wish them a happy marriage. If there's anyone that's not going to drink the champagne, please leave the glasses at the end of the table, and I'll... So to Tiffany and Cliff, wish you a marriage full of happiness and good times. Enjoy each other's companionship. So to Tiffany and Cliff.
And now our maid of honor, closing it out, is Kate Perry.
This verse to you, and I'm sure you'll recognize the beat. Now, here's something I've got to say about this couple married here today. It started when my house was a place to be between Cliff, Tiff, and Kate C.
Oh, snap.
So, as some of you may or may not know, Cliff and I have been friends for a long time. Before the beard, before the muscles, and believe it or not, before Cliff and I all met our vocabulary. In getting to know Cliff so many years ago, I realized that he had many of the qualities that I'd always wanted in a sister I never had. He's loyal, he's sensitive, he indulged in girl talk, gave fashion advice, and he's always been one to stick his lip out for his friends. So when Cliff and he came together, my friendship with Tiff developed quickly, and I soon learned that Cliff had met his match. Tiffany's such a caring and trustworthy friend, and like Cliff, she's always willing to drop everything to help a friend in need. And if any two people were truly a counterpart to each other, it's these guys. Today, two of my very best friends have come together as a super BFF, and have shown us that love conquers all. And I thank you both for inviting me to share on this amazing day that you both worked so hard to make happen. I look forward to being part of the next steps of your lives together, and I love you both more than you'll really know. So could we all please stand, raise our glasses, and wish our best to my two very best friends.
And Tiff.
Woo! And Tiffany!
And Tiff.
I thought I said that.
Cheers.
Cheers! Cheers! Here's my glass.
All right, let's give them all a nice round of applause. I need you to get up in front, everyone. And with that, we're going to